Hello everyone. So after yesterday's post, which was mainly just before the fireworks, I'm going to be posting a little short of the fireworks after I post this. But I wanted to talk about it. So yesterday you kind of heard just more of my mother speaking than anything. We went over to my friend's ranch and we hung out with her family and some friends that had come. And then afterwards, I drove following my friend to the fireworks that we had, which was Waco's, 250th anniversary? Yes, 250th anniversary of doing the fireworks, I guess. And we had it at the big stadium that was there. It was really fun. We got there way later than we were supposed to, just because we had to go all the way from Valley Mills to Waco and all that stuff. And there was traffic because there were so many people. So we kind of didn't get into the area. We just sat outside and watched the fireworks, and I got some videos of it, which I will post on my shorts. I mean, we basically didn't do much else. What else do I do? But it was really good. It was really good to be around my friends, especially since they've been gone for a lot of the time this summer. And they're going to be leaving again on Tuesday, so I won't even see them until maybe the 12th or the 16th next. So yeah, I'm really happy that we went and did that at least. That's pretty much it. But I want to keep talking, so I at least get up to 5 minutes. So what you heard about my mom last time is what I kind of want to hope to keep doing, is because I kind of ran out of ghost stories to tell in a way, but she has so many. So I want to like have her sit around and talk, but I don't want it to just be us, unless it just has to be us. Because I know how awkward it is to like talk on the camera like I'm doing. And then at some point when they get back, I want to talk with Ellis and Finn too and have them on here. So yeah, that's what I'm hoping to happen soon. We don't really have much planned this coming week. We're taking my cat Honey to the vet tomorrow, so I will do another one after we get back to let y'all know what's all going on and what's happening with her. Hopefully all good news, nothing bad. I'm desperately hoping. And yeah, I guess I could say a little bit. So I don't want to get into it tonight because I'm still having a headache from yesterday. But I want to say a little bit about my cats that I have. So last time we were talking about my animals, I talked about all the old ones we had that have already unfortunately passed away. But I'm going to skip over Bo's story just a little bit, just because I know that will make me cry, and I don't want to have my headache get worse by me crying right now. So I'm going to skip over that and go straight to the kittens. So, here we go. My room was not like this. My bed wasn't in the middle. It was over here, actually, in the corner where I am. And in that corner, right there, I kept hearing kitten meows while I was trying to sleep. It was like close to midday, and I hadn't slept well that night, so I was sleeping in, but I was really trying to sleep, and I just kept hearing meow, 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 meow. She's looking at me like, what the heck? And I was like, what is happening? What is going on? Who's meowing? And so I finally got up and was like, there are kittens meowing under my bed. And so first thing I did was look under my bed. There was nothing there. And then I was like, probably outside. I'm half asleep. And so I walk into the living room, and I literally walk into the living room with my shoes on. Wait, did I even put on shoes? I don't even know if I put on shoes. Walked out there, walked past Mom, and was like, there's kittens mewing under my bedroom. I think they're under the house. And then just left. That's all I said. And so I walked around the house. I probably walked out the back door. Around the house to that corner, and there's a little hole in the foundation there that I cannot believe a pregnant cat squeezed into that hole, first of all. But it's pretty small, but it's a hole there. And I got closer, and I heard the kitten meows again, but it was stronger now, and I was like, they have to be here. So I had my phone with me, thankfully. And so I turned on the flashlight of my phone and stuck it in there with the video recording going to see if I could see anything. And there they were. 3 tiny little baby kittens just mewing their little heads off. They didn't even have their eyes fully open yet. Their ears weren't even fully open yet. And I was like, what the heck is happening? Kittens don't just usually mew 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 like this unless their mama's not close by. But I know you're not supposed to touch them until you're exactly sure. So I waited and I waited. I had my neighbor Tommy keep their camera on it, and told me that if they see any motion to let me know. They didn't see anything for the rest of the day, and I was just so worried because it's so hot outside. It was probably the middle of July or close to August or something like that, but it was so hot outside, and I was like, they're gonna die out there. I don't know why I was like, no one's going to save them. They're gonna die out there. So I went back out there just to see. And I let Tommy know so he knew that I was the one walking on the camera. And I was like, I'm just gonna see if I'm for sure there's 3. I was like, I'm not gonna touch them, I'm not gonna do it, I just wanna make sure. So I stuck my camera back in there with the flashlight on. There were actually 3, and they were just like cuddled up, you know, whatever, and they started mewing when they saw me, instead of being quiet like cats usually are. Like, when you see a bunch of feral cats, when their mother is slightly around or whatever, they'll go silent when you come by. They don't keep meowing unless they need your help. And I was like, okay, I have to do something. So I stuck my hand in there and I grabbed one of them, and they were literally the size and palm of my hands, little tiny babies. And I grabbed one and I was like, you're so skinny and tiny and dirty. Little kittens aren't supposed to be that dirty. Moms clean them constantly. They were also covered in fleas, and I was like, okay, Mom has not been around long enough for y'all to be okay. So I put it back in there. I went back inside, grabbed a white bucket, just like a futsal bucket. It's just like a plastic container, basically. It's not really that tall or whatever. I put some water in it, and I went back out and I started grabbing kittens and putting them in there. Not a lot of water that they'll drown, but just like enough that I can like start washing them and see how much, if I can get all these fleas off of them. So I picked it up, all 3 in there. There were 1 boy, 2 girls, and 2 were more calico-ish, and then 1 was black. And so, by that time, Mom knew what was happening, and Papa knew what was happening, and so I took some Dawn soap, not real Dawn soap, it was like off-brand Dawn soap, but took that and started washing them, trying to get all the fleas off of them, and literally the water turned, not even just coppery color, it turned blood red. And I had to dump it and pour more water in it and keep going, and blood red, dump it. It went on for like 3 times for each cat. And when I finally figured out that I probably got enough of the fleas off for now, I need to bring them inside where it's kind of cool, but I don't want to like put them in front of a fan and make them freak out, because you're not supposed to do that. If someone's getting too hot, you don't immediately put them in the air conditioning. You kind of let them adjust to the area. Same for cats. And so I just brought them in to my room and just left them on the ground where it was slightly more cooler, and just left them there in their little thing and just watched them. And yeah. And so that's how I started Little Kittens. And they needed to be bottle fed. They needed to have their butts wiped every day. They needed their body to be so little baby cats, if you don't know this, they won't use the restroom unless they're stimulated to use the restroom, and their mom usually just like licks their area. So I had to use like a wet paper towel, kind of rough, to like stimulate them going pee or going poo or whatever. And then I just bottle fed them. Almost every hour or every 2 hours, I'd have to get up and bottle feed them. And so that's what started me on bottle feeding cats, because they were not the first ones that I did that, or they were not the last ones that I did that for. They were the first ones. And so then a friend, acquaintance of ours from my co-op found a little black kitten in their yard, but they couldn't take care of them because they couldn't have cats. So I said, well, bring him here and I'll see what I can do. And so they did. And that's how I got Osiris. And Osiris became like a very good mother hen / older brother to those kittens. He would let them lay on him. He would lay there with him. He would help clean them, which was amazing for me. I didn't have to sit there and clean them and wait forever. And yeah, and so we actually got adopted, both the boy black one and the one of the calicos, but we kept Amalia, who is the stripy calico cat that, if you saw on my last video, she's the one in the picture of the first ever vlog I did. But we kept her, and we kept Osiris, of course, because I loved him and he's my cat. Amalia is more my mother's cat. So yeah, that was like the first cat, and I thought for a second, like for that moment there, I was like, maybe this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. And I'll tell you why in the next one, why that just didn't work out as well as we thought. So anyway, until next time, I love you. Have a good night. Bye.